Hey guys, the reason I look pissed off is because I recorded the whole video very quickly mentioning how I'm in a rush because it's already 7:15. At that time point it was only 7 o'clock and I really wanted it to be quick. But then after recording the video I realized when I was trying to put it together, I found out that my mic died from the battery, which is really weird because the little thing here that says every time I say something goes bling, bling. I swear that was playing. So yeah, 15 minutes wasted. Maybe it doesn't sound like much, but when you're in a rush, you just want to make these quick. And yeah, well, in that case, this one definitely will be very good. Because long story short, we had a fantastic week. I think it was the effect. I haven't lost a single session last week. All cash games were great. We've been basically mainly focusing on trying to implement what we've been doing for the last few weeks, which is not forcing it, letting the game come to me, not getting ourselves into like these marginal spots because yes, they bring high variance, and if you're really correct about those marginal spots, you're always 0.5%, 1/3% ahead, and you always attack those really aggressively. That does add to your total win rate. However, it brings massive, big variance along the way with that. So you will have a higher win rate overall, but your sessions will be much swing at. Now, I'm not there yet. I'm not there to push those very close spots. So what I've noticed is that I've been staying away from those things, which is I think helped me a lot mentally. And yes, for a few sessions last week, I actually have been running great. I even made quarters twice, amazing. But there were also a few sessions where I was really I won very little, well, not little, but less than 250 or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is that even though I won on those, I was just very happy how things were not really happening for me, but kept my cool. I stayed true, stayed patient, stayed disciplined, and stayed consistent in those two things, and managed to stay on point. So, kind of lost my train of thought here a little bit. Yeah, so basically, was mainly very happy of that. I didn't do any silly mistakes. I didn't punt it off because there will be coolers, there will be hands where we're getting in good and we just keep on getting crushed. I didn't have those. In fact, there was one session where very key hand where I held. I mean, we got it on the turn, and that was what 75% ahead. I think. Yeah, the open ender with the flush draw. So I think he's got 25% on the turn, maybe 30% on the turn. When we held in that spot. In fact, I'm surprised he actually had that much. But yeah, the main point is that the following day was the same guy, same maniac, and he was absolutely itching to give his money away, but we were just not getting the right hands. And I'm just very happy that I wasn't forcing it. I was like, yeah, he's playing badly, but he's actually running good today. And on the hands, they're close to getting with him, but they're just not. So I was very happy that I didn't force it. Question is, would I have done that if I was down for the week? No. So that's going to be the next test: is to make sure I continue making these correct decisions when I'm not up. So far I have been I have been in these situations so far this week where I've already been doing pretty well, apart from a couple of sessions where I was significantly down, and then stayed cool, and then eventually in the last few hours things sort of happened for me, and we won a few pots here and there, and managed to not only recover but actually book a decent win. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep this one short here. Oh, I actually see now where the recording is. So it's only been 5 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna keep this much shorter because I've mentioned a lot of things in my previous video. I'm not too sure. I'm afraid that I'm gonna mention one thing and then repeat it again because I'm not sure if I said it or not. So let's keep the nice and simple. So overall is massive increase in the cash because there was no tournaments last week. I checked when I was doing the other video. I checked on the phone, so I was the results are still not great, obviously overall, but as a comparison to last week, it's fantastic because we were only winning under £2 an hour, which is shocking. In cash games, now we quintupled it, so this is much better. So key thing is now just to continue it. We hit a new high for the series. It's now at 10k. The reason I say new high, you'd think that we should be hitting every week. It was because remember we hit a good high and then we some big mistakes. So my objective for this week is to avoid that drop. Yeah, it seems that every time we had a good game, we get cocky. I don't know what happens. Every time, boom, like that. Maybe this is variance, a little bit possibly, but I think mostly it is me. Yeah, definitely. So key thing is here is not to have that drop. Keep it easy. I'd rather break even or maybe win slightly, but definitely not just, you know, kill a week or 2 weeks worth of great play in 1 or 2 days. I'm going to try to avoid that. Definitely not hitting the 25k in 6 months because we got less than 2 months left and I need to win 15k, and since I only won 11k in 4 months, slightly over 4 months, it's not looking good, right? However, if I do, it is possible to hit 20. If I hit 16, I'll be happy. I think 16 is definitely what we should do and expect at least. So if he's 16 to 20, I'll be very happy if I somehow manage to pull off, I don't know, go on the absolute godlike run in the next 2 months and actually hit 25. That'd be freaking amazing. But main thing is, a few things need to happen. One, I'm in control. I'm in control of. The other one, I'm not. So what I'm in control of is avoid the punting, being impatient, losing my discipline when things are happening my way, and therefore losing way more than I should be. And the ones I'm not in control for is obviously, you know, hitting those sets and holding, or just hitting sets in general, making the strong hands and getting paid. I am sort of in control if I can get paid or not. I really know in my opponent whether if they have a call to know if I can induce a bluff from them, or if they're calling station, making sure I go for the maximum value on the river. Those things I'm in control. Whether do I make the strong hands against the right players, I'm not in control of that, and that thing I shouldn't be focusing on at all. Right. Yep, that's it. Let's hope this good run continues. Main thing, let's hope that I'm consistently making the right decision, and that's exactly what's been the theme for the previous week. Being very, very happy the way I played. I've been making all the correct decisions more often than not. I'd say 80% of my decisions were good and solid, and with 20%, not too much. Cool. All right. Thanks very much for watching, Matt. I'm going to be testing you, so I'll mention your name now at the end. If you see this, when you see me at the Horseshoe Casino, mention it to me that you heard me mention your name. If you don't, I know you're not really paying attention when you're watching these videos. Coolio, guys. Thanks very much. I just realized I can see the light here in the camera. Next time, probably watch out for those, so I don't have to record the same video twice. Coolio. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.